I'm Melyn McKay, one of the co-founders of Koala. And in the last 15 years, I've been living in places like South Sudan and Syria. And whether I was traveling in UN helicopters with bags of cash at my feet or trying to convince the British government to get aid money flowing again after a military coup in Burma, I've seen firsthand how important it is to use blockchain to get money where it needs to go faster. So like most things in the aid sector, normally we assume that the problem moving money is lack of financial infrastructure or economic shocks, and those things are problems, of course. But the bigger issue we have is that we are stewards of public and philanthropic money, which means that we tend to operate on contracts and grant agreements. And those grant agreements are there to make sure that we're sending money to the right place and that those activities are efficient in the use of funds and that they're having actual impact. The problem with that is that those contracts aren't actually very flexible. So if something happens that we weren't anticipating, we really struggle to adapt our programs and deploy funds to respond. Now, again, because we're the aid sector, we've spent a lot of time thinking about this. And our current solution is something called early warning and early response. And what that has done is made us really good at identifying that something bad is happening or that it could happen soon. But what it doesn't do is automatically distribute funding when we say, okay, the bad thing has happened, now let's get the money there. So we still have these incredible delays. So at Koala, we started trying to solve this problem first by building a platform that would allow these big aid agencies, organizations like Norwegian Refugee Council, Save the Children, to actually contract in stablecoins. So as I said, the problem isn't just how can you send the money, it's how do you send the money with the right contract in the right format, and how do you prove that it's happened, right? So we built this platform, and what we've done is we've made it possible for these aid organizations to actually start sending their money with a simple SEPA transfer. So rather than needing to go through the whole OTC banking process or OTC process themselves, we abstract that, make it really easy. And then once that happens, they drop the funds into our smart contracts, and those smart contracts go directly to the payees, and we provide the donors with the proof of impact. So smart contracts are really essential to this entire system. And we started thinking, now that we have the platform in place and we have the donor buy-in, how can we make this go even faster? So of course, the natural response to that was, well, let's build an oracle. So we built an oracle that will allow us to actually use that early warning data that I was talking about, and now for the first time ever, connect it to the distribution of payments. So in addition to that, what we are able to do is actually make sure that we're using a diversity of different data sources. So rather than relying on one single weather source that only looks at the capital, we're actually able to work with local organizations to produce that data themselves, which gives us a better record of what the conditions are on the ground, and also allows us to make sure that we're getting payments to the people who can actually deploy them, respond sustainably in their communities faster than ever. To make that concrete, we are working with Norwegian Refugee Council in Somalia to work on improving response to flooding and drought in the country, something that affects 1.6 million people every year. We're working with their local partners, so local CSOs, local nonprofits, to actually co-design the indicators that we're going to be using to distribute these funds. And then they prepare essentially a disaster relief pitch, so what it is that they want to do if these things happen. They submit these as proposals, grant proposals, and the smart contracts actually take the place of an official kind of sub-grant or grant process agreement. So when Norwegian Refugee Council says, yes, we approve this project, the money moves into escrow, and if and when those weather events occur, the money will be with the local partners in about 2 minutes. If you've ever had to receive a grant from a large INGO, you know that that process can take 6 months. So to get that money on the ground in 2 minutes is a big improvement. And then critically, we're actually partnering with a really amazing local organization called eDear, which has a mobile money wallet, which means that we're actually able to deposit in stablecoins, but withdraw in mobile money on any of the 5 mobile money providers, so giving us access to about 95% of the country. All of this is possible because we work with Stellar. We're using Stellar smart contracts, including for our oracle, and we're also using stablecoins on Stellar, obviously. In addition to the low cost, meaning that we can ping our data sources more frequently, if we were trying to do this on Ethereum, the cost of maintaining that data alone would be too expensive. Because we're able to ping it more frequently, we can shorten those response times, which is one of the great benefits. But also working with an organization that understands the type of user that we're working with means that we're actually building products that can work in the kinds of places where we do. And those are places like Sudan and Myanmar, Ethiopia, places where it's extremely difficult to get money onto the ground, but where we've already been asked to help make aid partner payments faster. So our call to action is, as you can see, we're running a seed round. Ask us about it. If you're a Web3 company, we'll help you embed social impact in your user engagement. And if you're trying to move humanitarian aid money, let us know so we can make it possible for you to spend more time thinking about saving lives and less time thinking about settling payments.
BP Ventures, powering fintech innovation with blockchain technologies. BP Ventures is a long-standing Stellar integration partner. We've helped many fintechs integrate and use Stellar. We're also a certified Circle Alliance member to help other fintechs implement and use USD and EuroC stablecoins. And we've also been fortunate enough to have actually won some Stellar funding grants in the past, so we're hopeful to continue that process. Our mission is to help fintechs, banks, and charities streamline cross-border payments using blockchain technologies and stablecoins. Myself and Anthony are the two co-founders, pictured here with Christian at Stellar Meridian last year in Madrid. We've got years of expertise in the fintech space. We used to run a EU payment institution. We were actually one of the first, if not the first, in Europe. That was the Stellar Anchor. We were heavily involved in implementing the Stellar SEPs, and we were doing on-chain settlement years ago, going back to 2018, with a variety of other anchors around the world. Thanks to our experience in the space, we learned and understood from other fintechs, other payment companies, that many of them were uncertain how to implement Stellar blockchain into their existing payment rails. And thanks to our experience, that was our decision to create BP Ventures, to try to use our experience where we actually did it for payment institutions, to try to use that experience to help others. And that's why we created BP Ventures. Our solution is a comprehensive blockchain solution. It includes a non-custodial white label wallet, a retail wallet. It's built on Stellar. It has no gas fees, easy social sign-up. Companies can use it, put on their own logo. We also have the second solution is an anchor in a box and enables a fintech to rapidly join the Stellar ecosystem and take advantage of the Stellar network for cash in and cash out. And the third solution is the BP Guard and SEP 30 for key management, key recovery, everything to do with mitigating the risk for keys, as well as general payment-focused consulting throughout the process and actually how to use Stellar. Here's a brief video that gives you a little bit more information on our product.
BP Ventures enables fintechs to enhance efficiency and increase revenue with our secure digital asset solutions. Introducing our non-custodial white label retail wallet for seamless global transactions. Key features: zero gas fees for transactions, simple and quick sign-up process, no passphrases, flexible transfers, transact with Stellar anchors across 180 plus countries, supporting USDC, USDT, EURC, PYUSD, BTC Lightning, and more. Enhanced security. Non-custodial with advanced key management. Global reach with multi-language support. Next is our Anchor in a Box solution, offering seamless integration by effortlessly connecting your on or off ramp to the Stellar ecosystem for rapid, secure wallet integration and fund transfers. The Anchor software provides backend management and automated integration with Stellar payment rails, supporting all relevant Stellar SEP standards. Enhance your security with the BP Guard and Stellar SEP 30. This includes asset protection for secure private key management with key recovery capabilities, non-custodial social logins to enhance user fund protection. Ready to transform your fintech experience? Contact BP Ventures today.
As you can see, our solution's tailored for cross-border payments. It includes, thanks to Stellar, instant low-cost transfers, fast and secure with USDC and EuroC, and with programmable treasury management, it further increases your revenues. The examples here: Freedom Pay Wallet and ATM Token Group, a very large market, and please reach out if we can help. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Joseph. I'm one of the co-founders of Koala. So we're building a cross-border payments platform for merchants that are based in Central America and the Caribbean region. And you may have heard that from the conference today that places in emerging markets, merchants have they have limited options to get paid, and that's what we're trying to solve. So me and my team, we are seasoned, professionals in payments as well as and like operating in emerging markets with more than 30 years of experience working in payments or emerging markets. And we've gone through Techstars Payments earlier this year, an amazing program that supported us building this. So I don't need to tell you that cross-border payments or remittances are very clunky. I think if you're building on Stellar, you're building in blockchain, you understand that's kind of like one of the prime use case for this. But what's important to know is that 90% of cross-border payments or remittances are actually meant to be injected back into the local economy. They're meant to be spent. Like nobody's sending remittances for it to be saved or for investing. And I think as Koala, you mentioned earlier, people need to pay for goods and services in these markets. But the problem is merchants that are offering these services have absolutely no means to capture remittances at their points of sale, right? Because there are intermediaries that are required for one beneficiary to go buy food or pay for their bill payments or support education. So that's what we've been building. We're creating this platform that enables merchants to capture that at their point of sale. Oh no, this is bizarre. Well, I had my demo here, but we're gonna improvise. So instead of sending cash, right, you can use your phone or a web app. You log into the Gearup platform. So let's say that Melyn, you wanted to send me money. I'm in Haiti. You would add me as a beneficiary, and there's a merchant that is affiliated with Gearup, and you could say that, Stephanie, you're authorized to go pay for food at, let's say, Haiti Walmart or Haiti Medical Supply, and I could go to that merchant, use a QR code that's Gearup generated on their phone or WhatsApp and pay for that directly at the point of sale. So it's very seamless. What that does is that eliminates the fact of me going physically picking up cash, or if I'm unbanked, which is the case for 90% or maybe 80% of the population of places like Haiti, the DR, and Jamaica, for me to wait for money to settle into a bank account. Again, the point is traditional payments rails have not served the majority, and that's what we're transforming with this. So we're starting in the U.S., Central America, and the Caribbean region, a region that remains underserved when it comes to payments rails. And we're starting in this market. This is a huge opportunity, not only for merchants to get paid. Even it was announced today, well, officially, that, for example, companies like Stripe are allowing for crypto payouts for merchants, right? So underlines, again, the massive opportunity to help underserved markets to get paid with crypto. And we have a simple fee-for-service model. So we charge a minor transaction fee on the on-ramp, so enabling people to send money or authorize payments. And we also charge a small fee for merchants that are capturing those funds. And that makes us a double-side revenue model. This is mostly for investors, so don't care about this. Okay, yeah. And then this is the impact that we're creating for the sender. They have peace of mind that they know where the money's going. For merchants, they get paid faster. And for the beneficiary, they don't need to risk their lives to pick up cash or have a bank account. So for people who are here building in Web3, would love to connect and see how you operate in emerging markets. For investors, we're raising a seed round, pre-seed round. And for other people who's working in either crypto aid disbursement or merchant acceptance, please reach out to me. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. I will go through quickly to what is Decaf. So essentially, Decaf is a global bank on-chain. What does that mean? Essentially, think MetaMask meets Revolut. That's kind of our style. I live in Mexico City. The rest of our team, we all live in Mexico, in Latin America, a place where think 50% of people don't have bank accounts or are completely underbanked. Maybe if they have a bank account, it's because someone in their family has it and they share it amongst everyone. Think where it's really difficult to get a bank account, cash economies. This is kind of the infrastructure that we work with and use blockchain as not just someone's first crypto app, but rather someone's first banking app in general. And I don't know if any of you have seen the documentary that was launched called The On-Chain Effect, or Why Crypto Saved Lives. This is based in Colombia, a town in Colombia that doesn't even have an ATM. You don't have any kind of banking infrastructure. All of a sudden, you have 40 to 50 women who would have worked in agriculture otherwise, but now can have a US bank account hold in US dollars, and cash out with MoneyGram in their local town of 5,000 people because they don't have an ATM, but they have a MoneyGram. So what is the Decaf wallet look like? Well, we have a number of different features. First is that we're kind of integrated with MoneyGram. So we have automatically 184 countries to go directly from crypto to cash. We also have US routing numbers as well as European off-ramps that have just been integrated this week. So you can even third-party payments to people across Europe. So I would definitely recommend trying that out. We we abstract away all the transaction fee paying, whether it's paying fees in general or paying in USDC, make a really smooth experience. And then we allow the users to hold in stable currencies. So whether it's holding in USDC, holding in Mexican pesos, whether holding, like if you talk to Etherfuse, you can hold CETES, which is like this government bonds of Mexico, and earn 9%. And we're all doing this in a non-custodial package where we do Shamir sharing, kind of like splitting up the keys and allowing people to have like a Google login style experience, but it's still non-custodial. I don't think I have actually any more slides because we have a bunch of different stories. So maybe I'll talk about some of the stories. So has anyone seen the documentary here? I don't know, hands up? Okay, cool. Maybe quickly for those who haven't seen it, essentially Zach is this entrepreneur in San Francisco who was cashing out because all his 40 employees only accepted cash. So he went to Melyn, drive 3 hours on a motorcycle, cash out, and then drive 3.5 hours back to San Francisco. I mean, sounds pretty dangerous because you have 40 people's monthly salary in your back pocket. Well, yeah, one day he got shot, robbed, and left for dead. He woke up 2 days later and looked for a solution, and that's where we stepped in with Decaf, and we're like, hey, okay, use this, and now he just disperses USDC to all of his employees, and they cash out with MoneyGram whenever they need it. So this is the first story. I won't show the video. And you can see now that it completely, like the on-chain effect, why it was called that is because they have this ripple effect. Like first it started with, these people are finally connected to the global economy. They have a banking, like I said, their first banking option, not their first crypto wallet, their first banking wallet. And all of a sudden they have access to, they don't have to leave this like idyllic town in the mountains. It's like paradise out there. It's gorgeous with waterfalls and rainforest. Okay, yeah. And essentially, they're able to stay in this country, stay in their city, work as a virtual assistant, work in whatever opportunities they have, get paid from the USA. And you can see here, this is an example of like paying something simple of like an extra dinner for their family. Or in this case, it's like paying for the multiplications table for their daughter so that they can, or their own tuition. So this is kind of what Decaf is. So yeah, for some, dollar transactions trivial, but for others, it's kind of the difference between accessibility and despair. But yeah, so anyway. Cool.
Working in Venezuela can be challenging.
Venezuela has, of today, the highest inflation in the world.
A country that has suffered one of the greatest economic and humanitarian crises in modern history.
More than 7 million Venezuelans have left the country since 2015.
Selling online is incredibly hard for Venezuelan merchants. They try to solve this by relying on intermediaries to receive payments. But 20% markups and the risk of blocked accounts make it hard to complete these sales. As a result, many limit their sales to cash or reduce their market, missing out the opportunities to connect with more than 7 million potential customers abroad. At Unalivio, we created an easy-to-use solution. This is made especially for Latin America to help overcome the barriers we face. Our platform allows merchants to receive international payments in digital dollars through Stellar, so their money keeps its value and it's always within reach. Unalivio allows merchants to have a virtual store that accepts multiple payment methods. Customers can pay from anywhere in the world using cards, bank transfers, or cryptocurrencies. And merchants receive their payments in USDC quickly, efficiently, and without any hassles. Unalivio is like a Shopify 3.0 for LATAM.
Lo que más me motiva a trabajar en Unalivio es ver el impacto positivo que podemos tener en la vida de las personas que no saben de cripto.
Puedes transferir desde donde estás para acá, para Richie Torta, a mi cumpleaños, bebé, no me des mal. En Richie Torta se llama Unalivio.
Despite the challenges, we're thrilled to see people solve the problems with our solution. The opportunity is much bigger than the challenge. This motivates us.
So now that you see
a bit of our why we're doing this, I want to make sure that you get that it's not only something that has a potential social benefit. The use case is huge and can transform and bring a lot of usage and attention to Stellar. Just in our first market, there's about 6 million transactions happening every month. And these transactions are happening in what I call an almost zero offer. What is an almost zero offer or an approximately zero offer? People are going to this store, they're receiving funds from abroad, they're lining up for about 1 or 2 hours because there's about 18 stores in the whole country, and they're getting up to $100 cash. So that's what I call an approximately zero offer or a shitty offer. What we're doing in Unalivio complements the regular remittance process. It complements the remittance process for people that do not know about crypto, and also complements the remittance process for crypto people. Let me explain that. So if you're sending money to Venezuela, you can go to unalivio.com and pay for doctor's appointments, pay for birthday cakes, and pay for other services. And now, not only can you send money and the $100, but you can also pay for the doctor directly. And just like our friends here, you get rid of that preoccupation because sometimes people misuse the money that has been sent. And then on the other side, for our Stellar builders, we want to be your last mile partner for these markets. We are integrated initially with Beans, and what we want to do is offer these guys the opportunity to give another product or another solution so you can do it. So there's 400,000 merchants in our first market. There's 13 million merchants overall in LATAM. We've pivoted our solution and we've found some growth. And what we're asking for today is 3 things. If you're a wallet, let's figure out how to cooperate and be your last mile partner. If you're an anchor, we want to talk and we want to make it very easy for users to connect. And everybody here, please go into this link and you can donate to one of our merchants. It's a dog shelter. You can donate from $2. And please, please, please give us feedback. Tell us how we can do better. This is Unalivio. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Odogbo. I'm the CEO of Gearup. Gearup is a peer-to-peer marketplace that is built on the Stellar network for African creators to access the right tools they need to bring their vision to life. Tools like studio spaces, cameras, lenses, and all that they need to do their projects. In Africa, we have a lot of talented creators and filmmakers, and one of the challenges they face is inaccessibility to the gears and the tools they need to actually do their projects. So in Africa, gear purchase costs around 50% more than in other parts of the country. So it's very difficult for creators, maybe young creators, to actually get money to buy this equipment firsthand. So we're creating a platform that will allow them to rent on the platform. So the platform also allows them to upskill. So we have creators that cannot really upskill because of financial constraints. We have creators that rely on word of mouth to get gigs. So we're solving this problem. If you were in the last session that Idris Elba had, he mentioned some of the challenges that African creators actually face. And these are some of the problems we're trying to solve with Gearup. So these are some of our solutions. So creators can actually rent and buy gears on the platform. They can rent studio spaces as well to do their projects. They can upskill through skill development, assessing courses on the platform, as well as access job opportunities. So the platform will allow you to, as a creator, to list your skill on the platform and get hired by people that need your skill. So this is what Gearup currently looks like. So first of all, of course, they have to create an account and get verified on the platform. So the verification process is simple, but of course we have to take all their information, fill out the KYC. Only then will they be able to carry out any transaction on the platform. Once they are verified, they can then move to the listing page where they will be able to rent whatever equipment they need on the platform. On the listing page, whatever equipment, cameras, lenses, audio equipment, drones, whatever they need, and they've added it to their cart, they can see it on the checkout page where the price is shown, any what's it called now, any discount is shown, and then they can go to the payment page and all that, pay for the equipment, go back to their dashboard and just track the whole transaction, give feedback to the gear owner if they wish to, in form of reviews. So after all that is done, they can now proceed to, collect the equipment from the gear owner. So we are looking at, in the next 5 years, Gearup is looking at capturing 5% of the market share in the African creative economy. And we've heard so many wonderful things about Gearup, but one of our business models we're focusing on leveraging on commissions from gear rentals, from studio spaces, and then insurance. Our customers are saying a lot of things about us, but I'll skip that because of time. Now, our go-to-market strategy, we plan to finalize our features through support. We plan to create a platform where people can actually come and get real solutions. So it's not just about, we're trying to create a community per se. We're trying to create a community where creators can actually come with their problems, with their issues. Maybe they need help with getting a camera operator or accessing a studio space and all. So we're trying to create that kind of community in the ecosystem in our marketplace. So in the last year alone, we have served over 1,000 creators. Mind you, we've not launched yet. We're launching next month. But in the last year, through our local rental services that we offer without the platform yet, we've served over 1,000 creators. We've completed 15,000, we've completed over 1,500 rentals on transactions, and then we've done a lot of revenue over the year. And lastly, this is our team, the wonderful team behind the product, myself and my co-partners. So join us, to democratize access to creative resources in Africa. Thank you.
Imagine if investing in real estate was as easy as booking a flight or buying a product online. That's exactly what we are doing with Nauta. We are making real estate investment accessible to everyone. The thing is that investing in real estate is tough, it's complicated, it's expensive, and it feels out of reach for most people, especially when they are looking for opportunities beyond their own country, and that's where Nauta comes in. What we have built is a platform that lets you invest worldwide without all the headaches. So using Stellar, you can buy a piece of real estate in just minutes. Using the technology, we divide the property into tokens, and with just a simple payment, you can have the fractional ownership of a high-class real estate asset. The beauty of it is that you can track your investment portfolio through the blockchain. This gives investors like an extra layer of transparency and trustability. Also, you can swap your earnings into different currencies, giving investors like an opportunity to acquire different properties from anywhere in the world and get more from his investment portfolio. So the thing is that, in other words, you just pick a property, you choose how much you want to invest, and that's it. It's a transparent and secure process. We start our proof of concept in Colombia, where we have secured our first asset under management, and we have gained over 11,000 users through our platform. And thanks to this, we have gained a lot of attraction and attention from investors with world capital that want to move their resources from one place to another, from their home country. And we are helping them to achieve their goal, and we are opening our first investment strategy in Spain and in Florida. So this is something that isn't just an idea, it's something that is working for our investors, and they are using us to increase their portfolio. So we all know that the real estate market is one of the biggest asset class in the world, that is worth $356 trillion, but the thing is, not about the size of the market, is more about how people can access this market. And we are helping them to reach their goal, to increase their wealth, and have more opportunities across the world. And we are talking we're not just talking about changing an industry, we're talking about changing lives and giving more opportunities to investors worldwide. So we have started our investment strategy, our first investment strategy to acquire or to raise $500,000 and to onboard 10,000 new investors into our platform. This means that we will reach $1 million sales per month in the first year. And also we are looking for partnerships, anchors that help us to create a better features in our platform to move money from different investors in Latam, USA, and Europe. So, well, by the way, I'm Stefano Lignarolo, CEO and co-founder of Nauta, and I'm an architect and real estate developer. And with our team, we are working together. We all know about this industry, and we're working together to drive Nauta forward. So, yeah, thank you.
So we are Globachain, and we're bridging the traditional and finance gap with crypto. So what's the problem? The problem is fragmentation in the on and off-ramp market, difficulties in large-scale trades which can move the market, exchange rate volatility, lengthy processing times, and challenges in global offshore payments for businesses. The solution is a convenient and versatile on and off-ramp solution, OTC desk to non-custodial wallets, trading solutions for individuals and institutions, and merchant services for in-store payment. Quick demo. So this essentially is our in-store payment collection solution. So you can create a payment, select the amount in Nigerian Naira, in Stellar, USDC. They can pay directly to that QR code, which they can just scan. Transaction usually takes around 10 to 15 seconds once it's been paid and goes through. And then you can see that the payment has gone through. This is okay. I think this is the wrong video. But hey, then you can make a payment directly to the bank account. And you can also look at the previous transactions and transactions that have gone through on your merchant services platform. Also, any refunds that have gone through as well and have been approved. You can also withdraw directly to your bank account automatically or manually. And you can create a number of different cashiers on your account. And for some reason, I have Wi-Fi on there, which is always good. Okay, so what does the market look like? The market looks like Nigeria with 50 million users by 2027, rest of Africa having 2.5 billion, and the rest of the world having 1 billion users. There are 420 million cryptocurrency users as a total addressable market, and serviceable obtainable market looks like 6.1 million users. Traction and key milestones. So last month we did 2.3 million in volume. All-time volume is 12 million. We've had 78 business clients and 628 B2C clients. That has increased as of the last deck, as of this slide, which is great. We have partnerships with Stella, of course, Barclays, Eagle Labs, Google Cloud, and Silo. Future roadmap includes staking, cross-border payments, and Telegram and WhatsApp swaps that we're currently building. So in terms of the rest of the technology stack, so what have we done today? We've got our VAS license, which is fantastic. We also have just rolled out our merchant services solution, and we're onboarding a number of new rails this month, including Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and a few other rails. We're looking to do 5 million a month in volume by November. In terms of our fee structure, very simple. So typically 1% for Africa, 1.5% for the rest of the world. Merchant services is at 1.5%. In terms of user acquisition, so we'll be using content marketing, ecosystem partners, and referral programs. So this is what the team looks like. Myself, Koala, and Zishan. I have a background in financial services and wealth management. Koala has a background in return on investment technology and banking. And Zishan has a background in compliance across a number of different tier 1 banks. And you can scan to have a go. Look at all of our details. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome to London. In case you were thinking about it, I'd avoid swimming in the river. There's been a lot of sewage dumping recently in the UK, and we're not sure like the true extent of the issue because it's been too costly for the government to collect the geospatial data to find out. Geospatial data is any data with a location attached to it, and it's important for locating, measuring, and monitoring environmental and social issues with a view to improving them. But as we saw, the data is challenging to compile and costly, putting it out of reach of most of the world's communities for whom, including those for whom the data would be most impactful. But what if we could crowdfund and crowdsource our own geospatial data sets? So here is someone who cares deeply about the issue of plastic pollution on Bali's beaches. So she creates a dashboard and issues a bounty for people to mark instances of plastic pollution. Others also care about the issue and contribute funds to the bounty. Those bounties go out to synced app users who receive payouts for marking instances of plastic pollution. Those marks or geospatial data that they create go back onto the dashboard, giving a live view of the situation so that the local authority and the community can monitor the issue and take action. And it all runs on Stellar using USDC. So here's a demo. Oh, I just hit. So you'll see someone funding a bounty, and then you'll see someone marking pollution for a bounty. And you'll see that bounty going back onto a dashboard and being approved. So at the moment, creating bounties is for approved users only. So if anyone is interested in issuing a bounty, get in touch and we'll sort you out. So we see the first people to create bounties and dashboards being community-minded individuals. And we've also been working with governments and nonprofits who see the potential in this approach and would be prepared to contribute funds to existing bounties and also create dashboards and bounties of their own. Our business model is to take a share of bounties as a fee and to offer subscription-based private dashboards. Long term, we want our data sets to be a source of truth and action. And to make that happen, we will integrate more data acquisition methods, such as aerial imagery and Internet of Things data, and foster a worldwide ecosystem of data gatherers who can earn income through bounties. We'll also build the machine learning tools so that so that information can be extracted from the data and standardized so that regions can be compared with each other and over time. So thanks for listening, and the app is live, and actually the first geo bounties are available around London. So if you want to go and explore London tonight, there's a bunch of geo bounties available. All you have to do is go to the website, and so it's sync.to, and it's a progressive web app, so you can just add it to your home screen. And yeah, just look at the app, mark your location, and see what bounties are available. And there's also one special bounty, a mystery location that you will only know once you get nearby. The clue, the first person to find and mark that location gets the bounty, and the clue is in this image on this slide. So, yeah. And if anyone knows what the clue is, come to me, and I'll tell you of a nicer way to get to that location than normal. So, like a scenic route, if anyone wants an adventure. Cool. Thank you very much.
So, good afternoon. My name is Carlos Neira, and I'm one of the founding members of the Meru team. We are building a corridor which is seamless between Web 2 financial services like bank accounts or cards like Visa and MasterCard or cash networks like MoneyGram to Web 3 services, so to a non-custodial Stellar wallet and, for instance, yield generation via DeFi. And so this is a short demonstration. So we have that pocket generating yield. You see the last decimals it's generating, and there's a MasterCard card. And that's a non-custodial wallet based on Stellar, and so you can audit that. So you go to this explanation, and you go to Stellar Expert and actually see what funds you have in your non-custodial wallet, which is 454 point something. We offer a bank account, so any of our users can request, without being a US resident, a bank account. So you have an account number and a routing number in your name. Any dollar deposited there is converted into USDC and deposited into the wallet. You can also generate a payment link, and you can share that payment link to collect. And so the person who receives this can pay by crypto or can pay by credit card. So this is the DeFi yield generation. So it's very, very easy. You just deposit or withdraw. I'm here going to withdraw a couple of dollars. And after that, I'm going to deposit them into a MasterCard card. So we're actually moving from DeFi, Web3 services, into Web2 services. And this is loading the card, and that's done. And so with that card, I can make online payments. This is still a virtual card. This is plenty of methods to deposit. So if you are an advanced user, you can go and, for instance, go into a way to deposit from a wallet, both on USDC or USDT on Tron or on Polygon. And so it's very easy to deposit. If you're not that technical, you can go and connect your Binance account. So you link the Binance account, and it's a very easy way to move funds from Binance into Meru. So that's the Binance linkage. And as you might notice, we're trying to lower the learning curve for people to start benefiting from this type of services. This is a way to withdraw. So to a bank account, it can be mine or to a third party, and you can register a bank account from all of these countries. So Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, and I lost track of that. So it's really a very well-connected system right now, serving mostly Latin America, but we also have the UK, Peru in dollars, Canada in dollars, and China in yen. We also have a PIX integration for Brazil. So this is the real explanation of blockchain in the real life. So you can spend your USDC at any merchant in Brazil. You can just scan a QR produced in the POS device. And we also have the integration with MoneyGram, so you can take out money in cash in more than 180 countries. You can send, of course, to a person, another Meru user, zero cost and instantaneous. And so, as I was explaining, this is the best way for people to collect payments, save, spend, or send. This is a little bit of our traction. So we have been in the market for almost 2 years now, more than 100,000 downloads, a 4.4 rating, which is not easy for fintech. So we have had 80,000 registrations plus, 20 plus K users from 15 nationalities and resident in more than 20 countries. So there's many people who have migrated. A person from Ecuador living in Spain who is a Meru user and is connected to his country here. We've performed more than 330,000 transactions. The average transaction size is $75. So these are not investors, these are real people, gig workers, freelancers, who are really benefiting from these types of services. And just a fun fact, we have $1.1 million stored on non-custodial wallets from Meru. And so it's non-custodial. This is not generating yield from Blend, but it's just deposited there. And a little bit of our traction recent, so more than 100% growth, 30 seconds. A short homage to my founding team. Both Amilcar and Yoser are in Colombia. They could not travel, unfortunately. And please get in touch if you're interested in learning about Meru.
Okay, guys, so my name's Alvaro, and I'm the founder of Borderless, and it's fine. And actually also working now on a project called Clear. So what's Borderless, right? So at the moment, financial institutions in remittance receiving countries fail to serve over 10% of the population, right? In this case, their migrant population. And as we can see, this is a huge problem for migrants because they cannot interact with their home economy and they're forced to have deposits outside of their home place. To this day, we're all familiar with this, right? Migrants are forced to interact with money transfer operators, aka remittance companies, right, to then fund their own financial services back home. So in this case, Remitly, right? And then on the right, we can see the decoupled services such as GCash, is the biggest wallet in the Philippines, right? And this leads to not only a bad UX and decoupled services, but high remittance costs, time to money, etc. So meet Borderless, right? A purpose-built solution for financial institutions in remittance-receiving countries to directly onboard migrants and their funds, right? So as we can see, it's directly embedded into their home wallet. When I say wallets, normally Web 2, so e-money licenses and banks, right? And as we can see, customers can directly top up using their new country bank account, their home account, right? And directly interact with their home economy, their family members, local merchants, everything. There's just a demo, as you can see, of a Filipino who would live in Canada and would use Interac, the real-time payment rails there, to load their GCash wallet. So how do we do this? What we do is we're processing regulation in Europe, Canada, Australia, and soon enough the US, right? And what we do is we orchestrate and connect real-time payment rails using in the backend stablecoins, only one-to-one backed fiat, right? Real-time payments such as Interac, FedNow in the States, Zelle, SEPA in Europe, new payments platform Australia. We use the regulated stablecoins I mentioned, right? And then it's Lana's there, but we only use Stellar to be fair. So, and we basically orchestrate and connect them. So for the user, it's a full fiat-to-fiat experience. They're not aware, they are aware if they read the terms and conditions, right? But UX-wise, all they do is they interact with fiat payment systems. What do stablecoins provide? They provide immediacy and very low cross-border transfer costs. Why now? Why are we building this? Timing couldn't be better, right? Firstly, we can see huge penetration of digital solutions in developing economies, normally where big migrant populations come from, such as the Philippines, Mexico, India, Nigeria, right? Huge percentage of the population, sometimes over like 80, 90%, are now onto digital solutions. Right. Secondly, we're seeing real-time payment rails mature, both in Europe with the Payment Service Directive and the States. Oh, the States is different, right? We have FedNow, Zelle, they're trying to push through. But then we have Canada with Interac, Australia with a new payments platform, right? So that's also getting maturity. And then there's something very important, which is the regulation, right? Regulation and legal certainty about stablecoins is now falling into place. MiCA's coming into place right now in the EU, right? And the same will happen in the rest of jurisdictions. So this provides a lot of certainty, and we know what rules we can play with, right? So this has been a crucial factor in the development of our platform. So, yep, that's it. Join us in building Borderless. If you have a stablecoin, an anchor, or we're always constantly looking for operating partners, or we're actually now also looking for funding. So if it's any of the two, please feel free to get in contact with me. I'll be around these 2 days, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hey everybody, so I'm Thibault, I'm a defense head of security. So at Defense we build wallet as a service infrastructure product that developer and companies can leverage to offer a nice wallet experience to their customer or end user. So this is exposed as APIs or a dashboard. So the base tech is called multi-party computation, or MPC. So MPC, what it is, it's a cryptographic protocol that's used to generate and manage private keys. So with MPC, the private key never exists in one place at the same time. The trust is completely distributed. It's not like the private key exists and then it's broken down. It never exists at the same place at the same time. So the trust is completely distributed, and you can have like various parties that hold one share of the key, and each party talk to each other without revealing their secret to perform some valid signature. So that removes like any single point of failure. Okay, so that's the lowest tech. And then on top of that, we leverage this technology to build what we call embedded wallet. So with embedded wallet, what we try to do is we try to help the Web3 onboarding experience, where today you need to write down a list of words, and if you lose this list of words, you're going to lose all of your money. And so with embedded wallet, you have basically the Web2 onboarding flow where you can create an account with one click. You can recover your account if you lose your credential. But you still have the Web3 guarantee thanks to MPC, which is like ownership, so non-custodial wallet, and decentralization. So what does that look like? So we offer APIs and a dashboard, but everything is available at the API level. So on the right side, you see the MPC decentralized network of nodes that I just mentioned. And then we have various services on top of it. So we have a governance engine that you can leverage to create the governance that you want. So who should access a wallet, who can sign it, who needs an approval before performing an on-chain signature. Then you have the authorization service, which is used to create high granularity access management that as a customer you want to create. And then we have the authentication system that is used to authenticate to the service, and this is leveraging passkeys. So if you've been around, everybody, like a lot of people have been talking about passkeys today. What's great about passkeys is it's a standard protocol developed by W3C, and it's as far as I know, the only authentication protocol that you can leverage to authenticate user without sharing any secrets. So yeah, as I said, it's available at the API level, and yeah, that's it for this part. And so what does that look like if you put all of that together? So if you're a dApp developer, or if you're a company building on the Stellar blockchain and on other blockchain if you want as well, you can focus on the logic of your application and just let defense handle everything about wallet creation and wallet management and signature. And so the user will interact with your application for all the logic, and interact directly with defense for the wallet experience. 30 seconds, that's perfect. So what does that look like? You can just click a button, and then this creates a wallet. You would get like a prompt. You will use biometric. That creates a wallet. The wallet is created. You have an address, and then each time you want to perform a signature and broadcast a transaction, you scan your fingerprint and you're done. And so that's as simple as that. You saw some like backup code. This is not seed phrase, it's just a backup of your credentials. So if you lose those credentials, you can recover, but you didn't lose your seed phrase and you didn't lose your money. That's it. You can go to defense.co. You can go talk to me, and yeah, super happy to have the opportunity for this talk. Thank you.
Good afternoon, evening, everyone. I am Jeremy, better known as Jayrome, if you know me around the Discord, as she mentioned. This is my partner, Raf, and our project Lumenloop aims to solve the problem of information fragmentation within the ecosystem. So news, events, everything is posted everywhere. It's hard to keep track of. So we're here to solve that problem. Nothing is unique about the problem within Stellar about the news. It's just what's unique is my partner and I and our long history within the ecosystem. So we think we are the right guys to solve this problem.
So here's kind of like a flow of how it works. So what we do is we standardize all these different feeds. We standardize all these different feeds as RSS feeds. So once the feeds are, once everything is standardized, then what we can do is we can check for keywords, and then we can pass along to AI moderation to make sure that the content is to Stellar and that it's not speculative content. We don't look for like CoinDesk articles that, for example, are saying buy this or sell this. We're looking for real content. So again, we monitor news sites, we monitor blogs, tweets, YouTubes, Discords, Instagram, developer notes, Google groups, GitHub repos. We monitor everything. So we look for your activity, and then what we do is we collect that information. So checking for keywords, AI moderation, making sure it's non-speculative, and then ultimately we come out with two things. Is it content or is events? So for example, here's a couple of different things. So our Lumen Loop picks up a tweet. Okay, well, the tweet, it decides that this is news. It has a Medium article attached to it. Well, we use AI processing now to decide what it is, what the information of that content of that article is. And then also we have a database that we add onto that context. So as we learn more about projects, we learn more about your news, we can better formulate summaries and tweets to help advocate for your projects. Okay, and then so this is kind of what it looks like. We make some JSON, and we see like we do title, categories, event data, summaries, tweets, context. All of this is generated with AI based on different sources. And again, Stellar specific, not to do with anyone else. Why? Because it allows us to have better context.
Yeah, and just one thing to tack onto that, it's very quick for a lot of this stuff. A lot of the announcements that have happened at this event, we pick up on before they're talking about it on the main stage. It's a little bit delayed. So it is very quick in most of these cases. So as he said, after it passes through AI moderation, all the pieces get sent over to the website. This might look familiar to some of you. We get one last look at it. We can make edits as necessary. We can add a tweet to make a tweet thread. We pick what we're going to link to in it. We link it to a project if it relates to a project, which will make more sense on the next page. And then we select whether it's going to Twitter, Reddit, Discord. We can go to one to many. It doesn't matter how many. We select what we're posting to, and with a click of a button, it sends everything out.
Yeah, and the tags too, so we're able to categorize and put your content in the right place.
So another big part of it that we're working on is keeping track of projects. That's another thing that's hard for the ecosystem to keep track of. So what we're going to do, and this is actually a live thing for Blend, so you'll be able to discover projects by category, just like a news article stuff you can sort by. So we've got all the latest news that has been tagged for Blend. We have links to things like security audits. This is live GitHub activity, so you can see if a project is actually active. And so we'll track the repos that actually relate to the project. And then socials, things like that. If a token exists for the project, we'll have that information on the page. Socials, report an issue, because some of this stuff is a little bit more of a manual process when it comes to the project side of things. And we don't have a screen to show, but the events portion of it, think of a global calendar where you can keep track of everything, whether there's a dev Discord meeting or Meridian or big events like that, like one unified calendar that you can subscribe to keep track of everything Stellar related.
Okay, so what is the future? Once we've collected information, now we can offer you an API. As a project, you can plug into our system and you can call data for projects. You can say, okay, what kind of events people are doing, or you can populate a liquidity page about information or news that the project has. Because we're collecting that data, we're also offering automatically weekly newsletters. Again, AI generated, but with moderation. Reminders for events 10 minutes before it happens. You can subscribe and know when something's happening, so you can be reminded to hop into the dev Discord. And finally, we're also offering interactive content, so that, for example, you can upvote, downvote, or give feedback on a project, or offer suggestions or changes on the pages. So that's kind of long view, things that you can plug into as an ecosystem project. And what we really recommend to you is follow us on Twitter, and we're looking forward to launching our platform so that you can really see what we're up to. And we're looking forward to advocating for you. And if you ever have news, add us at Lumen Loop on Twitter, and we'll repost and help you get your message out.
Hey, so I'm Arsalan, and I'm the co-founder of Sendin, and I'm going to present a platform to you today. So what Sendin does in one line is it makes US to India remittances cheap and fast. Let's see the problem. Remittance services towards India are expensive. Current remittance services have high transaction fees, unfavorable exchanges rate, and often have hidden rate markups. Then, remittances service take a lot of time. On average, most remittance service take at least one day, and there is often delays caused by individual stakeholders like banks, making the process inefficient. Let's play a short video of the platform and how it looks right now. this is your dashboard. So here's the KYC page. I have a demo account where I've done full KYC. You can deposit funds from a bank, and you can link your bank account. And this process is this takes a bit of time, but I've speeded up the process. Then you can send to any person with a registered bank account, a registered email. And now this is the account that received the money. You can send to your bank in one tap. So this is what send-in looks like currently. So why send-in? So transfers made cheap. We charge a very small, less than 0.5% of transaction fee. We have the best exchange rates in the market, in the market, and there's no hidden markup fees at any step of the transfer. Then the transfers are made fast and easy. Money in your bank within 15 minutes after being sent. Fully transparent and trackable process, and it has an intuitive and a Web2 friendly user experience. So the features. Send-in provides each user with their own custodial wallet on the Stellar blockchain to make deposits. Then account management. You can manage your KYC data, track your transactions, and see past transaction history. Then you can send money from the US. You send money to any registered user on the platform by just their email. Then you can receive money in India. You can receive money directly in your linked bank account with one tap. The current market that we are tapping in is there's the total remittance inflow market to India is of a huge, staggering 125 billion. And the remittances from the US to India corridor alone accounts for $11.7 billion. And one of our segments that we're targeting the most in is Indian freelancers, which annually receive over $1 billion from freelancers in the US. Our business model is a simple business model. We charge a small 0.33% transaction fees on every transfer. And we also leverage the 3 to 5% crypto arbitrage that is available in India in P2P markets. So that was it. You can scan this QR code to get in touch with our team. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Marcos Oliva, co-founder at Dogstar. He's Jordi. We're a team like dogs, never alone. Dogstar is a DeFi platform focused on education through gamification. Exactly. Our mission is to create a gamified space to facilitate access to DeFi. In an increasingly global world, we have millions of people without financial education. Learning by playing is the way we want to solve it. Stellar offers an incredible technology, integrating SDX and EMM on its blockchain, and we have dressed up the Stellar gods, the internals, by build a DeFi platform to facilitate interface to facilitate operations, and second, the Dogstar League, a game. Let's take a look. The Dogstar League is a play to learn to earn game where any users can participate, and the best users can build a reputation, while the newest, the noobs, can learn and play without any risk in a real environment. Okay, we have
users like Lisa,
yes,
an old woman, 60 years old.
Yes, we are receiving a very positive feedback from our users. One case is Lisa, a user is 60 years old, is having its first experience in DeFi thanks to the Dogstar League on Achito. And Achito is a user who has won 15 of the 28 rounds of the Dogstar League and make 1,000 transactions per round. And that confirms us we have made the right decision choosing Stellar, because this amount of transactions would be unfeasible in terms of cost and speed in any other blockchain. Please, Jordi.
Yes, during the beta phase, we had like 600 users, not bad, and up to 7,000 users on our DeFi platform. And the market we have is amazing, $70 billion and 3.3 billion users, gamers playing. Could be the Doxa League one of the killer apps on Stellar? We think so. What do we need? We need marketing and communication. And let's say we have built up a perfect pizza, but my friends, we are missing the mozzarella. and you have the mozzarella. It's our marketing budget. We need this to achieve new users. Our product keeps growing thanks to the integration of Soroban. Now, players, we have built cards, and players will be able to lend these cards, to stack these cards, and to bet on futures thanks to the Reflector Oracle. The goal will be to build up the best deck with the highest power to achieve the best prices. And this is my deck. Now, can you recognize anyone? We love Tommy on latex. All this is thanks to the sponsors who are donating their money to the players, so players are not risking their own money. This is very important because we keep on the education. We had up to 15 sponsors, and well, if you still haven't played, next Monday start the next run 21, and you are welcome. Thank you very much.